Hello guys, it's NautoAisDx here, and it's been a while giving my thoughts on anything Idea Factory. Of course, what's Idea Factory is the company, the developer, publisher of Neptunia games and other JRPG. Sounds like they have some fan servicey, and of course, in the early 2019, there have been a lot of controversy to some extent. Super Neptunia RPG getting censored for the PlayStation 4 version, as well Dead Alive, Rio Incarnation, Dragonstar Valnir, and then Ark of the Alchemist. And after a while, I took a break because every time during the summer, I take my break, not really heavily active, doing Megamix game showcase, video, vlog related, until now. So anyway, enough of that rambling, and I want to give my thoughts of newer, latest development from Idea Factory. So again, that's one of the company that I support now because the games were fun, and of course they try to please most of their fans. But of course, it is what it is there. With that said, there's a lot of news that happened here. First of all, one, Ark of the Alchemist. So I did talk about this before. They did announce it that Ark of the Alchemist in the West for the PlayStation 4 version is going to be released in winter of 2019, or let's just say December. But the catch there is that they will also put this on Twitter that it will only be digital in the West, in the US. Europe, there's a physical release. So a lot of people were not happy about that. Me personally, it doesn't really matter digital or physical. Whatever is cheaper, I'll buy it. I mean, to some extent, it's just gotta invest on a external hard drive or an SD card. Depends on which system you're using, PS4, Xbox One, or Switch. And because of course, if you're in Steam, it's gonna be digital. And so, of course, there's a lot of people who were not happy about it. They were always complaining about it. And Idea Factory did give their thoughts about it. They said, in order to release it in the West, we had to go this approach. But of course, people said that's not enough. I think that's not right. Why is it always that in the West we get the bad end of the stick versus the other country? Which another video I'm going to give my thoughts on a teaser there. And that is, why is it a lot of the collectibles, the collector's edition, especially from Nintendo, are not so much cool versus the other country? I mean, the gist of it is that the United States is just very big. Let's just say that. Just think about this. The country of Japan is almost the same size as the state of California. Let's just take that one in and you can see the reason there. So with that said, yes, Ark of the Alchemist is going to be only digital. And then of course, there was another announcement during the summer, and they said, yes, Ark of the Alchemist will be delayed to early 2020. So I don't know why. Again, I always said this before, I'm going to say it again. It always could be. It could be that the reason why it's delayed is maybe they need to fix the localization. The translation, make it good. Maybe the voice acting, from what I heard, there's English dub. Again, Idea Factory, thumbs up on that one. I like it. So maybe that's the reason. Censorship wise, I did talk about it before, and of course one of the characters already been censored. Her top was more covered than the original supposed to be, but it is what it is. So it's only digital and it will come out in 2020. Still, the delay for me, I don't really mind. Same goes with the digital only. I know a lot of people do. I see people talk about it on Facebook and on Twitter. They were angry. They even said, look, you're not going to do this physical in the United States? I'm not buying it. I love you guys, but I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to stick to my principle. Why do you not give people options? And like I said before, they already said it that, hey, look, in order to release it outside of Japan, in the United States, yes, they have to do only digital. And why is that? Besides being United States being big, you gotta keep in mind that Idea Factory International is not that much. They're not that big. They're actually, believe it or not, a small company, and it was already been confirmed by Rob Sizzle in an interview during the Anime Expo 2019. Yes, another teaser there that I'm going to talk about all this controversy, all this sort of bad end of the stick versus the Japanese version because of no physical, partial dub, the collectibles are not the same as the Japanese, etc, etc, etc. Yes, the gist of it of that one is Rob Zizzle, which is the guy who hosts in the Idea Factory stream along with his good friend Zan Dragoon, and they said it, look, we're not that big and we can't do everything ourselves. That's the reason why that is happening there. Again, that's a teaser, stay tuned for that one. So with that, again, for me personally, not really a big deal. The game has already been censored. What can you do about it? It is BS and it's delayed. Whatever, more time. Again, a delay of a game is always good. A bad game will always be bad. You kinda get that idea there. However, there are some other news from other games. So, of course, if you heard, Mary Skelter 2 is gonna finally come out in the West this October. October the 23rd, I believe. And in Europe, my mistake. In America, it's going to come out in October 22nd, and in Europe, it's October 23rd, and it's only going to be digital. And of course, once again, people complain about it, and this is on the Nintendo Switch, by the way, so there is a little kind of understandable in my perspective why, again, in the United States, why is it only digital? First of all, in case with the Switch, very expensive to put games on the cartridge. A lot of people have already said that. And I said it before, Idea Factory International is a very small company. So, October 22nd, in the United States, it's going to be only digital. However, there is a good news for this one for people who love physical. And that is on November 23rd, Idea Factory International will team up with Limited Run to make physical version of Mary Skelter 2 for $40. There you go. $40 in the United States, physical, and both game, Mary Skelter 2 and 1, will be in the cartridge. It's not like Mary Skelter 2 is in the game and Mary Skelter 1 is a DLC code like what Capcom was doing. So there you go. Finally good news about it, and I think this is finally at least Idea Factory is listening to some of their fans who prefer physical. Again, me personally, doesn't matter. I'm planning to get it digitally, and the reason is more convenient for me finding the cartridge, and also I have Nintendo Gold coins from my Nintendo, so you cannot see it there. So I can probably get it much cheaper because I got a lot of gold coins. So there you go. So there you go. Again, everybody's now happy. If you want a digital early, there you go. You can get it October 22nd. If you want it physically, you just have to wait until the end of November. There you go. So another one also that is to get a physical release is Fairy Fencer F Advent Force. So it's what it is the sort of a definitive version of Fairy Fencer F. It was first originally on the PS4, it's also on Steam. It has more content, more story into it, and again, it finally was ported to the Switch like if I remember, in June. But once again, only digital, and also that's worldwide, also digital only. So once again, people were not happy, but of course, once again, they teamed up with Limited Run and decided to make a physical version of Fairy Fencer F Advent Force, and I think you can still do it if I'm right. By the time of this recording, you can still do pre-orders or not. I have not been following much because, I already have the game for the PS4. I have it digitally, I got it for $8, but that was a long time ago. But yeah, again, good news once again that, look, Idea Factory International, they're supporting physical, and not only that they're listening to some of the fans. They want it physical. So Fairy Fencer F Advent Force, now there's a physical release, And the best part is, there's also going to be a reversible cover. What about a collector's edition? I don't know. You have to talk to Idea Factory International about that. Again, if you want something like that, make noise. Put it on Twitter or Facebook. But I kind of doubt it at this point, because even in Japan. But at least, hey, for $40, you know, all the content, all the DLC, plus a reversible cover. And then with Mary Skelter too. Because with Mary Skelter 1 already in the disc, so no DLC whatsoever. It's both in the cartridge. There you go for $40. And again, well, I want the collector's edition just like the Japanese. Again, make noise. Tell Idea Factory International there. And I'm gonna stop it here because it's going too long, like always with me in my vlog. So in part 2, I'm gonna give my thoughts on Ark of the Alchemist. Maybe possible getting a physical release, teaming up with Limited Run, and of course, what's gonna happen with Azure Lane Crosswave. That's gonna be released in 2020 because in Comic-Con New York, they just announced that Funimation's handling the dub on the anime. So will it affect the game? Maybe not. Well, we'll see about it. So with that, stay tuned.